Hello everyone and welcome to another speed building video. Today I'm building a Tudor style home here in the world of Windenburg. I just recently got the Get Together pack, and so I was really excited to try out some of the really cool build features that they have in here. And I chose to build on this lot here. I think it's called Cottage and Sea. And I really just loved the look of this lot. Like, it is so cute. You've got like these streams and rivers and a little waterfall nearby, and it's just so beautiful. So I really wanted to build something here. So I am relatively new to Tudor style architecture, but I tried my best and I think I achieved a pretty good Tudor look with this house. I tried to keep the floor plan and the shape of this house relatively boxy and simple, and of course I had to use this half-timbered wallpaper that came with the Get Together pack. I'm not gonna lie, that was a big reason of why I even wanted to buy the pack, was because I had seen people do just beautiful builds with these half-timbered wallpapers, and there's nothing else like it in The Sims, I don't think, so I just had to get the pack. But I also add some brick to the outside and a little bit of gray stone, so it's not entirely the half-timbered look, but I think I like the combination of the different wallpapers on the exterior. And then I had to add a brick chimney, of course, which I think is so cute. I actually do end up putting the fireplace right in front of where that chimney is, which is always fun for like a touch of realism, I suppose. And I think most, if not all, of the windows that I chose from the exterior of this house are from the Get Together pack. I just really wanted to try out a bunch of these new build and buy features from the pack. Not gonna lie, I'm not terribly familiar with the gameplay aspects of the Get Together pack. I'm definitely more interested in the build and buy, and I have not really gotten around to playing with the clubs or whatever else they added with the pack. But I am really loving the build and buy features, so if you're interested in building in this kind of Tudor style, or you just want like a nice new world to build in, maybe this pack is for you, I don't know. Anyway, back to the build. You can see me grabbing some debug fences to line the exterior of this lot. I am absolutely in love with this stone fence, and I was so excited that I got to use it in this build. You might have seen me grab a curved piece initially to see if I wanted to do kind of a curved fence, but I didn't think it really fit the vibe of this build, so instead I just went for a square fence. And then here I am picking out which pieces I want to use for the landscaping of this lot. I am using a lot of the new stuff that came with Get Together, like this beautiful red tree in the background and these like dark green kind of forest green bushes that I think are really cute, as well as these hydrangeas that I think are so fun. I use them in almost every build. But yeah, keeping it pretty simple, kind of an overgrown look. A lot of white flowers and different shades of green, and then I just add in a little bit of a pop of color with a couple of pink and red flowers here and there. And as you can see, I have this little stepping stone pathway in front of the house, and I'm about to head to the back door, here we are, and add just a similar stepping stone pathway. These little stones are so cute. I absolutely love them. I think I use them in like every single one of my builds, especially if it's like a cottage vibe and I don't want to add like a paved pathway leading up to the house. I love to do like a little stepping stone pathway. I think it's like a cute little cottagey version of that. Just adding a couple of landscaping touches back here, and then wrapping the pathway around the house and towards kind of like the front yard. But you'll see in a second here that I kind of let the stepping stone pathway trail off instead of going all the way around and connecting to the front pathway, just because I thought that would be too much. And I kind of liked the look of it trailing off. You can kind of see it, but it's not too much. And it's really cute. And then I add a couple of planter boxes because I think it fits the vibe. And I add some beehives. Overall, I'm really happy with how the exterior of this build came out. I like the interior as well, but lately I've been super into the exterior of my builds. I don't know what it is, but like building an exterior that's really cute and cottagey, it hits different. I don't know. But then here I am adding a little bit of ivy, making it look a little overgrown, like this house has been here for a while. Which makes sense given the Tudor style. But yeah, so the outside looks kind of old-fashioned and Tudory, but on the inside it looks a little bit more updated. I do add things like a stone fireplace to add those kind of like older touches, but it definitely gives the impression that it's been redone and renovated more recently. And then I just add a couple more cute touches with this laundry hangy uppy thing from Laundry Day. And here we are inside. So the first room that I did was this living or sitting area. Again, I added this kind of old-fashioned stone fireplace just because I wanted to give the impression that there's still a couple of original aspects from the house, but it's definitely been redone. I add these lovely base game curtains and these cottage living couches on either side, simple wooden, what is it called, coffee table, and just clutter it up a little bit and add a couple of lamps. It's a very simple living room, but I think it's cozy. It gets the job done. And then here we are moving into the kitchen and dining area, which is really long. I'm not gonna lie, it's a very long kitchen and you do have to walk through the kitchen to get to the dining area, but despite it being a little quirky, I do actually kind of like the way that this kitchen turned out. I think it's kind of cozy and it's got like a quirky, fun vibe. I decided to use the counters from Cottage Living in this kind of like white creamy swatch, and then the upper cabinets are from Parenthood. I don't do it very often, but every once in a while I find that you can mix and match cabinets in The Sims and have it look really cute. For instance, I think like the countertops here go really nicely with this swatch of the upper cabinets. But anyway, I'm switching out a few of the appliances and the sink and stuff to make it look slightly more modern, and I'm adding a dishwasher, just like aspects to show that it's definitely been renovated and redone recently. Adding a door into the washroom, and then here on the other end of the kitchen is where I will put the dining area. And I thought it would be cute to have a bar height table with some stools. I thought that was a really fun look. I add these flowers from the free Christmas pack. I think they are so cute. They're definitely one of my favorites. And then I add in this rug from, what is it? The Industrial Loft Kit. And you can probably tell I'm definitely not limiting what packs I use for this build. I occasionally do try to limit my packs because not everyone has the same packs and it's a lot easier to download and use lots that have only a couple of packs. But I was just so excited to build this house that I didn't want to limit myself. But definitely let me know in the comments if there's like a specific combination of packs that you would like for me to build with. I think that would be a really fun challenge. And then you can see me here just doing a last little bit of cluttering up here in the kitchen. I didn't want to clutter it up too much because for the sake of gameplay, I find it can really mess up your Sims when your kitchen is too full of clutter, but I definitely do like to add a little bit to give it the look that it's been lived in and make it look a little more homey. I'm considering doing another Tudor style build where I try to keep the interior more true to the Tudor style as well. I think that would be a really fun opportunity to do just base game and get together. I think get together is a pretty common expansion pack. I think a lot of people have it, so I think that might be a good place to start. But anyway, here I am in the bathroom. I thought of doing a dark brown tile in here, but I ended up switching it to this kind of pinky beigey tile. This is like one of my favorites. I always use this tile in my bathrooms. I find it really hard to branch out just because of how much I like this tile. And I always do green accents with it. Green towels, green bathrobes, green rugs, so you might see some of that in here as well. And this bathroom only has a bathtub, but there is another bathroom upstairs which has a shower. So you can come bathe your toddlers or dogs down here in this bathtub, and then if you want your Sims to just take a quick shower, there's one upstairs by the bedrooms. And here we are moving into the front entryway. Usually I start with a front entryway, but this time I just skipped over it, kind of forgot about it, and then came back to it later. So just adding like a front little table, I add some bookshelves on here. This cute little music player I think is nice. And this is kind of my go-to when I'm decorating an entryway, is just like a table for a couple of clutter items, a mirror for Sims to check how they look before they leave the house, maybe a shoe rack or coat rack, maybe the umbrella stand from Seasons, and an entry mat, and that's it. I really don't know if there's any way to get more use out of front entry space. Maybe if you added a desk or something, you might be able to use a bit more of that space, especially if you're making tiny homes. It can feel a little weird to like waste the space like that. But anyway, I am moving upstairs, and upstairs there are 2 bedrooms and an office space. But if you wanted, you could always turn that third bedroom into you could always turn that office into a 3rd bedroom. And so here I'm decorating what I thought was probably a kids room, teens room. I do my staple kids room decor, which is a mirror on the floor with a bunch of clutter around it. I don't know how to do anything else. That is all I will ever do, and I cannot change. But anyway, this is probably the most modern decorated room in the house, I think. I still tried to keep a couple of touches of like old-fashioned stuff, but with the bed, and eventually I get a rug with kind of like these bold colors and shapes, it definitely has some modern touches, which I think is realistic, you know, for a teenager. Maybe they don't like love the Tudor style as much as their parents do or whatever, but I think this room came out kind of cute. I add a little desk area, a bookshelf, a frog, and yeah, overall I think it turned out pretty nice. Sometimes I over-clutter my teens' rooms, so I tried not to do that here. I might sound crazy because it's still pretty cluttered, but this is actually pretty toned down for what I usually do. And then here I am just adding a couple of posters and whatnot on the wall. I just think that's realistic for a kid's room. And then here in the master bedroom, just adding a base game bed, that same rug that I love from Industrial Loft Kit, and I think these wardrobes are actually from kids' room stuff, but I think they're really nice, so I like to use those in my builds. And there's no ensuite in this bedroom. There's just one bathroom upstairs that everyone shares, as well as the bathroom downstairs, but it's not a terribly big house, so I think that's fine. And then I just wanted to do a collage of interesting wall hangings and paintings over here. There's even a degree, I think a diploma of some sort up there, which I thought was fun. Maybe the parents went to university, they used to live in a big city, and then they were just like, we need a change of pace, we need to move out away from everything, get away from it all. And I add a couple planters in the room as well, which might be a little weird, but just considering the vibe of this house and how there's planter boxes outside, I figured maybe a sim who's really into gardening lives here. And anyway, I am already here decorating the office. I add a scouts board here. I also add a couple of instruments here for skill building. But we're winding down here, so I hope you liked it, and feel free to subscribe for more builds like this.